Yo guys, what's up? It's WarSpirit here today with another little Overwatch video for you guys and what I think should be next on the list for the game. Disregarding of course things that have been in talks for months now, such as replay modes, competitive features like pause buttons, observer functions, new skins and all that jazz, I bring you Arena Mode! Something that I think is exactly what Overwatch needs right now. An alternative mode that is competitive, but not quite the same level of competitive as ranked play is. Something that you can really try hard to win in, but in the end, with results not really mattering all that much, and it purely being for a bit of fun, bragging rights with friends, and the opportunity to earn loot without the leveling up grind. Now, with the name Arena Mode, it's not exactly hard to guess how it could all play out, based very heavily on the success of Hearthstone's Arena Mode, of course, the mode that I always found the most fun while playing Hearthstone, and I think it would fit perfectly into Overwatch. One of the big highlights of Overwatch's ranked play, competitive play, is the placement matches. People get super into their placement matches and try to get the best score possible out of their 10 placement games. Obviously this helps minimize the grind coming later on. The higher your initial rank is, the less likely you're going to end up in elo hell for your initial matches. But it's also to see how your placement scores compare with friends, how your placement results compares to scores of people across the internet that other people manage to achieve. And a lot of players at the high end of Overwatch even have multiple accounts now, whether it's for ranking with friends, a solo queue only account, or for learning new heroes in a competitive environment without affecting your main account's ranking. But these accounts all come with the same benefit of getting to do those 10 placement matches all over again and seeing if you can beat your own score. Beating your own placement score is awesome, but it's something limited to having multiple accounts. Obviously 10-0 is the god tier dream, but that's only really achievable if you're stacking for all of those games, or you're getting super damn lucky for the duration of those 10 placement games. And it's not something you can strive for, since you're limited in the number of times you can actually go for these placement goals. I think bringing in an arena mode to Overwatch which focuses in on this level of enjoyment people get from placement matches would be absolutely fantastic. Now, if you're not familiar with Hearthstone, I'm guessing most of you guys here are going to be familiar with Hearthstone and its arena mode. I mean, Hearthstone is the big thing that so many games are trying to steal success from. Did you guys know that there's going to be a Titanfall card game? What the fuck? Why is there a Titanfall card game again? Respawn Entertainment. I do not want to play a Titanfall card game. Do you guys want to play a Titanfall card game? No. But in this case, Overwatch, it would be good to steal some of this Hearthstone success and port over this arena mode idea. So how I visualize it all working in my head is a possibility of queuing into an arena run at the cost of some of your hard earned in-game cash, which at this point in time you can only earn through leveling up and opening loot boxes and earning this currency through duplicate items or random coin box drops. So I'm thinking something like 300 credits for the cost of each run. That's double the Hearthstone 150 coin cost, I still remember that. Also 50 credits more than your epic loot item 250 credit cost in Overwatch. So you're looking at going for that epic run there with that sort of price point to make it worth your time. Now, this would allow you to queue up for 10 arena matches in a row with your final score 7-3, 6-4, 3-7, better result, better loot, with your reward determined in the form of loot boxes, possibly multiple loot boxes if you absolutely beast that arena run, even earn some of your initial credit investment back, possibly more, and maybe some rare shiny skins based on your performance too. Feel free to take a break in between your arena matches. Feel free to retire from your whole arena run if it starts out with a horrible 0-4 streak and you'd rather restart in the hopes of a better result for loot prospects. Exactly like Hearthstone, with the one little difference there, I feel, being that your run doesn't need to automatically end when you hit 3 losses. Just play out the 10 matches, get your final score, which you can easily compare with friends or your own previous scores. Arena runs would give that option that isn't there in the game right now. Another way to earn loot in Overwatch. For people like me, I've been saving my credits since launch. I haven't bought any of the skins. I mean, I had these skins in the closed beta phase of Overwatch, everything got wiped for the launch of the game, and I never really wanted to rebuy skins that I'd already tried out and play with, because I've been waiting on these next generation of skins that Blizzard is surely working on, and they've had plenty of time and feedback on the original skins, that these next skins coming that you can hopefully buy for in-game currency are going to be way better. We did get the summer game skins, which were unfortunately not purchasable by all this money that I had saved up in-game, so I need something to spend this cash on, and it's not much, to be honest, because I spent a lot of time in custom games. A lot of the top players spend a lot of their time in custom games and they get no reward from it. They don't get level ups, they don't get loot. You've got all these pub guys grinding pubs, sitting at level 600, level 700 already. They've got all the fucking skins in the game, they've got all the money in the world, and they've got nothing to use it on. So give them something to use it on for a bit of fun. We can even have a little stats page there for the arena mode, your best result in arena mode, your number of times achieving the perfect 10-0 score, your average score for the arena runs, and of course all your regular stats like most heroes played, best win rate per hero, and all that stuff as well. And this could actually end up being a better way of actually gaining in-game credits than currently just having to level up being the only way to earn loot and money. And maybe, sure, the good high-end players might end up earning a lot of cash out of this arena run system, but in the end, they're not going to have much to spend it on apart from new skins, and the high-end players of Overwatch should be rewarded for absolutely beasting in these arena runs. If it works out that Blizzard can't pump out cosmetic content fast enough to compete with players earning credits, which is pretty much true already at this point, judging by some people's banked cash, I've thought of another way this could be alleviated by having a mode called a legendary arena run, where it actually costs 1,000 coins to compete in this run instead, and it only puts you up against other legendary run players, which ideally would only be the higher end tier of the arena run crowd, greatly diminishing your chances of coming out the other end with a top score. And yeah, bigger risk for bigger rewards, competing for even higher rewards in this tier, but at a greater initial investment, which they could potentially lose. A 1,000 credit loss for a 10 arena run could go completely wrong, and this is a way for Blizzard to take that money back out of the economy that arena runs would be putting into it. I always felt either way in the Hearthstone system, most players are going to be losing money from playing in arena runs, and they're going to have to be grinding levels to earn their cash back anyway. And you've got players like Kripparrian, he's hoarded all the cash in the game, so it's not like you're ever going to take that amount of cash away from players like him, and it would likely end the same in Overwatch 2. And I just think, like, I'm sitting with about 4,000 coins right now. I mean, Blizzard doesn't seem to have a problem with people just sitting there farming cash, waiting for new skins to come out. Maybe they do have a problem with it. Maybe they want to have an idea to take some of this currency away from players that are just hogging it like me, and the arena run would be just that, because I would love like something extra to live stream that isn't just competitive. Like, I'm streaming competitive all night, every night, scrims as well occasionally, and just to have like, hey, I'm going to do a live stream, I'm going to grind a 10 arena run right now for you guys live, let's go make it happen, see what score we can get. I think it'd be awesome for streamers everywhere in Overwatch, just having that arena run option. Obviously it's very big in the Hearthstone community as well, doing these arena runs. The thing with arena runs in Hearthstone is the random factor, and the random factor being the deck building, where you could get a completely god tier deck or you could get a completely shit tier deck. So for Overwatch, the random factor would have to be your teammates. Arena runs in Overwatch wouldn't quite be the solo run Hearthstone experience. You would have to rely on other people to help you earn that loot. And the goal here is that we're hoping those toxic ranked queue players actually wouldn't need to be toxic in your it's all just fun and games arena runs. They too would just be striving to earn some loot, but in the end, with losing not really resulting in your ranked goal dreams being crushed. Some people do take ranked quite a bit too seriously. So this leads me on to the part where I say that the arena run playlist should be solo queue only. Give the solo queue players in Overwatch the dream of finally having that one mode where they can fully embrace solo queue, because Blizzard loves dynamic queue right now, and it is very clear that they're not going to change dynamic queue They've had the feedback, people want a solo queue for ranked, it doesn't look like it's changing, so an arena run would be the perfect additional mode to Overwatch for the solo queue guys out there. And come on, there's 15 million players playing Overwatch apparently. I don't think adding one extra game type to the game is going to hurt queue times so much in the other modes. The Overwatch devs have made ranked play pretty strict this season too with the queuing up. They've made it so that you can't queue with people 500 points outside your rating. People doing their placement matches that didn't complete their placement matches within the first 2 weeks of ranked season 2 launching. I've had a very hard time finding games like up to an hour plus queue times because they don't want people queuing up with people that are currently in their placement matches, which needs to be fixed, of course. Like 1 hour queue time is ridiculous. Maximum 10 minutes, please. Maximum 5 minutes, to be honest. Like, just get us into games. Quick play, especially for me, is just atrocious. I never play quick play anymore anyway, but if on that odd occasion when ranked play is down, or I don't have time for a ranked play match and I want to play quick play, in the end I'm queuing up for 5 minutes at a time for quick play, which is absolutely ridiculous considering 15 million players, one of the most popular shooters ever, one of the biggest video game launches of this year, 2016. There should be players out there playing this game, especially on consoles right now after their little free weekend thing. Player numbers are actually increasing for Overwatch. Unfortunately, PC missed out on that little free weekend. They're not sure why. Free weekend would be pretty cool on PC, even although high-level players like myself wouldn't actually get to play with any of the new people because it'd be too low-level and they'd be in their own little MMR heaven. Down there, level 1 would be sick for them, but it'd bring in new players. And I mean, maybe they were concerned about giving away Overwatch on PC for free because hackers would be able to get a shit ton of accounts made. But either way, it'd just be for 1 weekend, and they wouldn't even be playing with the high-end players anyway because they'd be stuck at between like level 1 and 20 maximum over the course of a weekend. So the other thing I've got down here in regards to the arena mode is that basically this would be an additional mode to Overwatch. The current list of modes in Overwatch is quick play, ranked play, your custom games for scrims and things, and then they've got the weekly brawls, which I think weekly brawls have ended up being quite the failure overall. I never really found them super fun, and I think that's the case with most people. I think weekly brawls need to be limited to the special event ones, like the Summer Games Lucio Ball. I think at this point we should just scrap the weekly brawl idea completely. Turn it into an event brawl. New brawls for a limited time. It wouldn't be weekly, but I think it's the way to go. The current live weekly brawl this week is only tanks or something. Holy shit. Who actually wants to play only tanks right now in Overwatch? No one who has played Overwatch more than 10 hours wants to play a tank only brawl, and I actually think this is a repeat brawl anyway, so it's not like they're even coming out with new brawls at this point. It just seems like a waste of time. You don't get any rewards out of it. Arena mode, that little arena mode idea here, would actually come with rewards for playing it. I'm actually surprised that weekly brawls still haven't come out with a reward for winning your first brawl of the week, a loot box or something. Very surprising that that still is not a thing in the game. I did like what they did with the Eichenwald map, so when they launched the new map they brought in the brawl for a week featuring only that map so players could try it out, get a good feel for it, learn how to play it without it having to randomly appear 1 out of every 12 rounds in a competitive environment and you get absolutely fucked over because you've never seen the map before. So I think that should definitely stick around for the introduction of new maps. But apart from that and the event type modes, I don't feel like it's a necessary playlist anymore. It was a good idea, but it's something arena mode could easily replace and be a massive improvement upon. And I would love for event modes to come back for sure, for the likes of Halloween and Christmas. Horde mode potential coming for Halloween. Co-op horde mode potential, guys, and then whatever else they come up with for winter. Sleigh racing, some crazy Overwatch car race mode with sleighs and stuff. That'd be fun. But hey, do let me know your thoughts on all this in the comments below, guys. Thanks for your time watching my video. Make sure you do come and check out my Twitch streams for ranked play. Maybe one day in the near future you will get to see me do my first arena run on the live stream as well. It'd be really fucking cool to have something like this in the game. Sincerely, like, arena mode is the next logical step for a game type in Overwatch. They're not going to give us CTF. I don't know if they're working on any other game modes right now or other maps, because obviously bringing a new game mode means bringing a new map, so they might as well just throw us in a little bit of some coding into the game to add an additional playlist. I'm sure it could be done very easily by the skilled people over there at Blizzard HQ. They can take my ideas and improve upon them. They can have their little brainstorming sessions. Maybe legendary arena runs aren't necessary. Maybe Blizzard would want to keep the fact that 3 losses means your arena run automatically ends. It's up to them in the end, but bring out a new playlist would be cool, Blizzard. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in my next video. Bye bye.